Tonight, four-term Republican Congressman John Katko speaks on campus about his retirement. Our reporter Jake Morel breaks down the event in just a few moments.
Plus, with winter just right around the corner, students still have plenty of time to enjoy what the cold weather has to offer. Our reporter Ilana Epstein tonight explains how.
And plans tonight to replace a nearby I-81 overpass are coming to a standstill. Find out what Mayor Ben Walsh says. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Former New York Congressman John Katko is finishing up his last term in office. Good evening, I'm John Perik.
And I'm Josh Meyers. Tonight, the four-term representative reflects on his career here on campus. And new at 6 tonight, John Katko is currently giving his farewell speech right here at SU. We begin our coverage tonight with Citrus TV reporter Jake Morel, who's at the National Veterans Resource Center, where Katko is giving his speech. Jake?
John and Josh, good evening. I'm here just outside the KG Tan Auditorium at the National Veterans Resource Center, where just moments ago, Congressman John Katko finished up giving his official retirement speech. Now today, Katko hammered home several messages that he promoted over the past 8 years, but one above the rest, that being bipartisanship. Now, that being bipartisanship, and as one of the Republicans who voted against Trump on January 6th, Katko took pride in his ability to reach across the aisle and, quote, do what's right. The Congresswoman said that is the key to working in Washington.
Throughout my time in Congress, what drove me to go to Congress was the frustration to see how people fight and people just are banging heads all the time. And for me, I wanted to go to Congress. I wanted to surround myself with staff in Congress that wanted to solve serious problems, and doing so, focusing on unifying issues, not the ones that divide us, the ones that can unify us and should unify us.
Katko has just 2 months left in office before Brandon Williams, who just won the New York 22 congressional race, takes office and takes his spot. But for now, reporting live outside the KG Tan Auditorium at the National Veterans Resource Center, I'm Jake Morel, Citrus TV News. John and Josh, back to you guys.
Jake, thank you for your coverage tonight. And we do want to clarify that Katko's speech has concluded this evening. Now, thousands of ballots here in New York's 50th State Senate District are set to be recounted by hand starting tomorrow. Citrus TV reporter Jacob Goldberg is in studio tonight to explain what happens next. And this is coming with the event only tomorrow morning. It's just about, actually tomorrow's 3 weeks from Election Day, and now the recount will begin.
Thanks, guys. Incumbent State Senator John Mannion is only leading his Republican challenger, Rebecca Sheeroff, by 51 votes after all the votes have been counted in the state's 50th Senate District. But now ballots across the Syracuse-based district will be counted once again, thanks to a state law that just recently went into effect. The Contested Elections Act forces a hand recount in any election that comes within a half percentage point. Sheeroff had led by 396 votes on election night and went to court to stop some ballots from being counted. But State Supreme Court Justice Scott Del Conte denied her challenge, saying that he did not have the authority to interfere with the counting process. Now that Mannion has taken the lead, Sheeroff is hoping the recount will yield some better results for her campaign. Onondaga and Oswego County's election officials will begin the recount process tomorrow at 9 a.m. We spoke with one election official this evening who said that the counting is expected to last for several hours and hopefully end by 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, now, what have the candidates said so far about this recount? How do they feel?
Well, both candidates are pretty happy about the recount in terms of their chances of winning. Mannion said, quote, strong confidence that we can seal the victory on his Twitter. Sheeroff said, quote, we look forward to the recount.
And should we expect the results to change after the hand counting?
I don't expect them to change too much. One thing that will be impacted is the people on their ballots who didn't fill them out correctly, because this is hand counted. You know that human error will be taken into account. People who might not have filled out the bubble all the way didn't get picked up by the machine. Those are the type of votes that might swing, but I still expect the margin to remain pretty similar.
Well, Jake, thank you for your coverage. And now tomorrow morning, Syracuse is taking steps to address bias on campus. The Barnes Center is hosting a bystander intervention program at 9:30 in the morning in room 309. The university says students will first learn what constitutes as bias, then how to stop and report bias-related incidents they observe on campus tonight.
And Syracuse tonight is expanding its community review board. The program has announced an 11-member board that will oversee the incidents of reported DPS misconduct. The board is comprised of 3 undergraduate students, 1 grad student, a law student, 2 faculty members, and 2 staff members.
And Native Heritage Month may be coming to a close here on campus, but there is still a way to honor the area's first residents. There will be a closing ceremony on Wednesday, which features a celebratory social dance and showcase of Indigenous student artwork. The event takes place at South Campus from 6 to 8:30 p.m. And now Ilana Epstein is joining us tonight from a winter tradition really unlike any other. It's that time of the season, the time where you head to the skate rink in downtown Syracuse and enjoy. Ilana, what can you tell us tonight?
Break. Well, John and Josh, good evening. Many Syracuse University students are just getting back from break, and for many students, right after Thanksgiving means the start of the holiday season. Now, if you're looking for some holiday festivities to do, you can look no further than Tennity Ice Pavilion, located on Skytop by South Campus here at Syracuse University. Here, students can skate for free from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. during the week, and late night skating on Fridays and Saturdays. You can get some free skates. I'm wearing them right now, and you can skate all night long. Now, I am joined by Amanda Wheeler, who is a sophomore on the club ice hockey team. Now, Amanda, if you can tell anyone watching, why they should come try out this ice skating, what would you say?
I would say that it is never too late to start ice skating and that it's the best sport.
Great. And what is it like being on the club ice hockey team here at Syracuse University?
I love it. I could not ask for a better group of girls to play my favorite sport with.
Well, it seems like so much fun. So Amanda right now is going to show me how to do some ice skating since it's been a while, but I'll see you guys back in studio. Let's try this out.
Can you turn your head? Ilana, that looks like you're a natural out there, Ilana. Now, it's cold in there, but I'm sure just as cold as in there, it's cold everywhere here in Syracuse. The weather's just been very, very cold these past few weeks, especially coming back from Thanksgiving break.
It has been. I saw some snow flurries actually when I was walking to the studio. Ronnie, are those going to stay snow flurries, or is there some snow in the horizon?
Well, guys, right now it looks like what's going on is going to stay. Those flurries really are going to be what dances around central New York for the next day or two. Right now we're at 32 degrees here in Syracuse. We're at the freezing mark, but feel like temperatures are actually in the upper teens to around 20 degrees. So tonight it's going to be a calm evening, very cold though. So if you're going to go out, you're going to want to grab your heavy jacket because those temperatures will tumble down into the 20s and feel like the teens. Looking at your Tuesday planner, again, you might see some snow flurries on the ground because of, central New York lake effect snow, but nothing to worry about. It's going to be a pretty calm day tomorrow too. Some sunshine in our area, which I think is pretty welcome, especially at this time of year. Highs reaching to about the upper 30s to low 40s tomorrow. And again, John, if you see those snow flurries, nothing to worry about for now. Wednesday's a different story. A storm system will be moving into our area, but I'll have more on that coming up in my full forecast. Guys, back over to you.
Ronnie, thank you so much. And the city of Syracuse tonight is fighting to keep plans for a renovated I-81 alive. Syracuse's plan stems from a $2.25 billion commitment to tear down an overpass near the SU campus. A group called Renew 81 for All believes the plan will lead to heavy traffic. So far, they have achieved their common goal. Earlier this month, a state Supreme Court judge put in a motion to halt the project. And Mayor Ben Walsh says delays to the initial I-81 project are detrimental to Syracuse residents.
And good news tonight for drivers around central New York. The price at the pump is plummeting once again. AAA Western Data today reports the average Syracuse gas price is $3.73 per gallon. That's a 4-cent decrease from a week ago. Meanwhile, the national average is $3.55 per gallon, a drop of over nearly $1.50 since June's peak price of $5.02.
And in the Bronx, a mother of two is in custody tonight after stabbing her two sons to death over the weekend. Police say she was initially administered a psychiatric evaluation yesterday prior to her arrest. Her family says she was suffering from postpartum depression. She now faces 2 murder charges.
And tonight, an 11-year-old boy is recovering after he was shot in the arm and chest this weekend. Syracuse police say the child was shot Saturday evening on West Onondaga Street. The boy was inside an upstairs bedroom of the home at the time of the shooting. The city's shot spotter system recorded 8 shots fired. The boy is currently at Upstate University Hospital and is expected to live.
And a man is behind bars tonight after police uncovered his nationwide meth ring. What started as a routine traffic stop led the police to uncover even more details. A Cortland judge this month sentencing Pennsylvania native Kyle Leeper to 40 years in prison for murder and selling methamphetamine. The crime stems from a 2019 incident in which Leeper shot and killed a man in California's Mojave Desert for giving him less meth than he paid for. Leeper is also on the hook for drug conspiracy and gun possession charges. And still to come tonight on News Live at 6, the new details on the fate of a man who shot and killed 10 at a Buffalo supermarket.
Also, Republicans are putting pressure on Arizona legislators to not certify the results of key elections. Stay with us.
OTN is on all your favorite apps: Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku. Search Orange Television Network or OTN. OTN has its best shows, short films, and CitrusTV on demand. Family and friends can watch OTN too. Watch the live stream of OTN to catch live Citrus TV news, live from Studio B, and mornings on the Hill. On or off campus, watch OTN anywhere.
Now back to Citrus TV News Live at 6 with Josh Meyers, John Perik, and Ronnie Perillo. Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
And welcome back tonight to News Live at 6. The Buffalo top shooter will spend the rest of his life in prison. This comes as the 19-year-old gunman has pleaded guilty to murder and hate-motivated terrorism charges.
And the plea comes within 2 miles of the supermarket where the gunman used semi-automatic rifle and body armor to carry out the hate crime. The gunman has pleaded not guilty to different federal hate crime charges that could lead to a death sentence.
And scientists have been on alert after the world's largest active volcano, Hawaii's Mauna Loa, erupted last night. The U.S. Geological Survey says the lava has been contained and it is not a threat to nearby communities.
And despite lava flows being visible in the summit region of Kona, there are no indications that the eruption could turn into a rift zone. The Mauna Loa is one of the 5 volcanoes that make up the big island of Hawaii, which last erupted in 1984.
And the U.S. Supreme Court will hear arguments from Syracuse COR developers Stephen Aiello and Joe Girardi tonight. The case goes back to 2012 when then-Governor Andrew Cuomo launched the, quote, Buffalo Billion Initiative.
And the initiative aimed to develop the greater Buffalo area, but instead was surrounded by controversy after how contracts were awarded came to light. Participants were charged and convicted with conspiracy to engage in wire fraud.
And the question the Supreme Court will answer in this case is, does a private citizen with some informal political or governmental influence owe a trustworthy duty to the public? And if so, what can be done when the citizen does not fulfill that?
The deadline is approaching for 6 Arizona counties to certify their 2022 election results following voting earlier this month. Democrat Katie Hobbs was elected governor and Democrat Mark Kelly was elected to the U.S. Senate.
And a number of GOP candidates have blamed Republican election officials in Maricopa County for issues with ballot printers. Most counties in the state have voted to certify, but as of now, 2 Republican-controlled counties have voted against doing that.
Well, calm going into tomorrow, but that all changes starting Wednesday. I'll have more coming up on News Live at 6.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Well, if you live in central New York or really anywhere in the country, you know it is the start of the holiday season, and that means decking out your house. Maybe not like this, but, you know, if you want to put up those lights, I would say you can go ahead and do that tomorrow. So Tuesday is going to be your best bet over the next 3 days to decorate. Wednesday, that rain and possibly lake effect snow system will be moving in. And then Thursday, still going to see some lingering wind from those storms. So if you want to decorate and put up some Christmas lights at your house, I'd say tomorrow would be the day to do it. But you're going to want to secure those lights because of the heavy winds moving in Wednesday. So let's talk more about that tomorrow. Things stay calm here for our region, high of around 42 degrees. Typical late November day here in Syracuse. But Wednesday, heavy winds and rain are going to move into the area. Now, this isn't your typical storm. Winds could reach up to 50 miles per hour, which is going to blow that rain to the side. And it could also blow down those decorations. So if you have any pots or outdoor lawn furniture still out on your deck, you're going to want to take that in and tie that down. Thursday, things coming back to sun, but it is going to be ice cold. That 30 degrees, don't be fooled. It's going to feel more like 15. And for Friday, 38 degrees as we head into the weekend. Things not going to be too bad, just very typical of this time of year here in central New York. And if you want to get some holiday shopping done, I'd say Friday and Saturday would be your day to do that. It's not going to be too ice cold as you head in and out of that mall. But again, Wednesday's really your kind of weather alert day. You're going to want to take in everything and get a heavy coat and a raincoat. So a little bit of a mess on Wednesday. Speaking of a mess, I don't know what happened with basketball this weekend, but I know Zach Letson can tell us more about that.
Well, Ronnie, there's going to be plenty to talk about. If you didn't tune into Syracuse Athletics over the weekend, you missed a lot. But hey, don't worry, we got you covered here on Live at 6. Stick around after the break, talking hoops, football, soccer, all that and more on the other side.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Sorry for this fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Well, it was another packed weekend of Syracuse athletics, both right here on the Hill and on the road. Welcome into Sports Tonight. I'm Zach Letson. Syracuse basketball on the heels of not one, but two overtime games in Brooklyn early last week. The first night, successful with a win over Richmond. Night two, not so much. A loss in the extra period against St. John's. So Syracuse back at home, back in the JMA Wireless Dome, trying to get back on track Saturday against Bryant. And, well, we pick it up in the first half. Bryant with an 8-point lead, but watch what happens after the play. Judah Mintz takes exception to his shove from Doug Eddert, and then, it turns into a slap fest. First, Mintz goes after Eddert, then Eddert comes back with a slap, and then watch John Bolajak coming charging at Eddert, who says, "Get me out of here." In the end, they both get ejected. Later in this one, Syracuse struggling so much offensively, but there for the putback and in, Jesse Edwards, he gives Syracuse its first lead of the entire game. Coming down to the wire, down by one or Bryant until Sharif Gross Bullock with the buzzer beater gets it to go with under a second left. Last opportunity for Syracuse. In it goes the home run pass from Torrance. No dice. And Bryant gets it done 73-72. Not the most pleasant of conversations after the game between Jared Grasso and Jim Boeheim. And Coach Boeheim had some things to say after the game about the fight and the conversation.
He gave me a sarcastic apology, which fits him. It really wasn't an apology. That's why I didn't really accept it.
An ugly ending for the Orange, ripping a page out of the Syracuse football book, who's lost 5 in a row themselves. That's a team that got gashed for 45 points against Wake Forest the week prior. But a golden opportunity to right some of those wrongs, with a 3-8 Boston College team waiting on the other side. SU making the trip out to Chestnut Hill. It is the finale for Syracuse in the regular season before the bowl game, and well, things did not start off well. That football's on the ground. Bryce Steele picking it up for the Eagles. A disastrous start as BC takes over deep in SU territory. And guess what, folks? It only took 4 plays. Emmett Moorhead to Zay Flowers in the end zone. 3-8 BC taking an early lead. We pick it up now in the fourth quarter. Syracuse still without a touchdown until Garrett Schrader finds Devon Cooper for the score. That gets Syracuse with a touchdown. Now it's 17-12. Syracuse still in real need of a spark, down by 5, and they've got one. Garrett Schrader to Damian Alford, a 58-yard catch and run. Then it's the icing on the cake. Sean Tucker time to the end zone. Syracuse gets it done by a final of 32-23. Well, let's go back on campus. The talk of the town, Syracuse men's soccer, playing in its first round of 16 since 2016 yesterday over at SU Soccer Stadium. Cornell, one of only 2 teams to beat the Orange in the regular season, but Sunday, the Orange got their revenge. That's thanks to Jonah Leibold, the game winner in the 83rd minute, the game's only goal all day long. A magical season for Syracuse now continues. Its first quarterfinal game in 7 years. That's coming up Saturday at 2 p.m. Hey, get out there. It's at SU Soccer Stadium on Saturday, guys, against Vermont.
Zach, thank you so much. And when we come back, we'll take one last look at your weather. Stick with us.
Welcome to my house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
All right, let's take one last look tonight at your wake-up weather. As you get out tomorrow, 30 degrees, but those temperatures, once again, are going to be pretty darn cold. Feel like temperatures in the teens. So gone are the days of me saying you should grab a light jacket. You're going to want to definitely grab a winter coat for tomorrow. But it's going to make way for a clear day. Highs topping off in the lower 40s tomorrow. And then that rain system moves in on Wednesday, so it's definitely going to be the last calm day that we see tomorrow before things get a little bit messier on Wednesday. But for tonight, things looking pretty clear, and that continues to tomorrow, Josh and John.
Ronnie, thank you so much for your weather report as always. And we end our show tonight talking about what else? The World Cup. We got USA versus Iran tomorrow. What do you guys got? Who do you guys think's going to win tomorrow?
Well, come on. Red, white, and blue till the end, right? I've got the United States, and I'll take them until the fat lady sings.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to take the United States, but you guys have any other teams that you guys are rooting for?
You know, I mean, I'm not a really big soccer person, thanks, but yeah, USA. Definitely USA. Can't go wrong.
Gotta bleed red, white, and blue. Everything on the line. Everyone tune in tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Pressure for this United States team. Got a winner, you're out.
I love it. Exactly. Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for you today on Citrus TV News.
And for more of the latest, follow us on Citrus TV News on Twitter or check out our website at citrustv.com.
Alongside Zach Letson, Ronnie Perillo, I'm John Perik.
And I'm Josh Meyers. Tune into Talking Points in just 1 hour. Until then, take care and good night.